my name is Andrew. If you don't know me, you should subscribe because, like, why not? But anyway, today I am very excited to be doing this video. I will be doing my book review on Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer. So today is Friday and this book came out on Tuesday, and usually I read books fairly fast, and I wanted to take my time with Midnight Sun because this book has been such a long-awaited release, like you don't even know. And it's so crazy how Stephenie Meyer barely even told us that it was coming out in August, like a couple months ago. We didn't even have like time to prepare, but that was just like brilliant and awesome, and I just like really was like so happy when we found out that Midnight Sun was being released. But if you don't know the backstory on Midnight Sun, really quickly I will tell you guys. So a couple years back, probably like 5 years, I don't exactly know, or more, it's been a freaking long time, Stephenie Meyer was going to release Midnight Sun, so Twilight, just in Edward's point of view. She was gonna release it, but then somebody leaked it on her publishing team, and so she got like super mad and was like, you know what, I'm not finishing it. And then she just released like a PDF with like the first 150 pages or so. And I read that in high school. I literally read that like 20 times, like a week. I read it so many times, it's insane. I practically had it memorized. I'm not even joking, it's ridiculous. But I loved it so much because I loved Edward's character. Now, don't get it twisted, I am Team Jacob. Shocker, no, I blame it on the fact that I'm a Scorpio. Like, if you know me, it makes sense that I'm Team Jacob. But I do respect Edward's character, and I do really enjoy reading about him and reading from his point of view. So whenever I had read the PDF of Midnight Sun, I was like, I need more, and I could not believe that I was just never gonna get it in my lifetime. I was like, this is a disappointment. This is the biggest regret of my life. And then we got it. Are you kidding me? I was excited. Now, I do want to say that Stephenie Meyer is not one of my favorite authors. She has a lot of issues with things that she put in Twilight, specifically with the Quileute tribes and how she like kind of misrepresented them and all of that stuff. I'm not super educated on it, but I am enough to recognize that that's pretty messed up, and like she should have been more, or taken more care when she wrote about it. But still, something to be noted. I gave Midnight Sun 4 out of 5 stars. So here's the thing. I originally would have thought that I would have given Midnight Sun 5 stars, like hands down, like whatever, because I really did love getting to read Twilight in Edward's point of view. I feel like Edward, just as a character, is so, I want to say so deep, but I feel like a lot of people will come at me and say that he is only focused on Bella, and that is like his only like characteristic and whatever and personality trait, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But the way that his life has led up to him being with Bella and their relationship just astounds me, and I love it. Like, I love to read about it. And I think Twilight in general had like so much heavy judgment, right? And I think that's because people look at it like it's supposed to be some like heavy fantasy, and it's not. It's just a romance. Like, the book is romance. It's not really supposed to be a fantasy. It's not an adventure. It's not really like a heroism story. It's just a romance. And like, whenever you get that through your head, you're like, everything makes sense now, and like I can stop hating on it, because if you look at it from a romance point of view, which is what I do, you maybe can respect it a little bit more, or just like appreciate it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. I knew a lot going into this book already of what it was going to be like, and I wasn't disappointed in the aspects that were us getting to be in Edward's head. I love the way that his mind works, and it's so interesting whenever you know that he can read minds and hearing everybody else's thoughts around him. He's such an easy outlet, like for a writer, I feel like, because you can use just his brain to show the reader what's going on around him. So I feel like that's really clever. And I like to see Bella from Edward's point of view. I don't think Bella is the best character. I think she's very naive or whatever. But I'd rather be in Edward's head than Bella's head. I appreciated Midnight Sun over Twilight because of that factor. This book is really long, and I would say that it's too long. I haven't watched anybody else's reviews so far because I didn't want that to like interfere with my own opinions. But I do think this book was too long. I don't think it needed to be as long as it was. I think there were so many chunks that she could have cut out. So many things that Edward just like thought over and over, and maybe that's a part of his character and him obsessing over his little details of his life, but I don't know, because it was just seemed repetitive and unnecessary. And there's a lot of parts like that. I did like the backstory that we got on the Cullens, and there wasn't even like a lot of it. Most of this was just Edward realizing his love for Bella and like realizing how deep that went about like throughout his everyday life. And I did expect more, like Stephenie Meyer to go into more of the Cullens background, or us to see Edward at the Cullens house more and see them hanging out and interacting more, and there wasn't really any of that, so I was like, okay, but whatever. I mean, it's fine. I still enjoyed it. I really did love at the beginning of the book how the dedication was to all the readers who have basically been waiting for this for so long. I thought it was just a beautifully written dedication, and it made my heart like warm and fuzzy, and I was just so excited to get into the book and start reading it. And then also the acknowledgements has like a place where you can put your name, and Stephenie Meyer wrote like it's for everybody that's been reading and who's been there with her for this journey, and like that you should put your name down because you deserve to be on the page. And I was like, not gonna lie, I wrote my name, and that's the cheesiest thing I've ever done. When I wrote my name, I was like, Andrew, are you really doing this? And then I was like, you know what, I go back and look at my old beaten up copies of Twilight, and I wrote my name in there for no reason. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna write my name. Like, who am I? Like, what do you think? So yeah, I did that, okay? And I'm not proud of it, but I did. This cover, I kind of think it's ugly, to be honest, but it's growing on me. Actually, it's not growing on me. I've just learned to like be okay with it, but I originally just didn't like it. I mean, I don't think it's anything special, or I definitely don't think it's my favorite out of all the books, but it's fine, I guess. It's different. I feel like I can't really say anything about the actual story, because then I'd just be reviewing Twilight, because like, I don't know, I don't want to go too deep into the plot, other than I wish that there was more Jacob in this book. And that makes no sense, so I'm not gonna stay on that topic for a long time. But we had like 2 or 3 scenes that we got to be with Jacob, and I was like, yes. And it was like a page long each time, but then because Edward can read people's minds, we got to be in Jacob's mind, and I love that. And his mind is so pure, and this is a Midnight Sun review, but all I want to do is talk about Jacob, and I don't know. I just don't know. I really did like that we got to see a bit of Edward, how he feels towards his siblings. We got to see that I even highlighted a part, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I even highlighted a part where Edward was talking about how at this moment when him and Rosalie went on this walk or whatever, that was the moment that he really felt like she was his sister, and like that they were brother and sister, and I thought that was really cute. He also has like moments with Emmett, which I love, because I've always loved Emmett's character. I think he's just like the like big strong brother, and it's just so cute, and I love his character. I enjoyed getting to see him and Alice's dynamic and see how they work together with their 2 like mind powers or abilities or whatever. I think that's really interesting. I could read about that like all day. I feel like Esme doesn't really have anything like to do with anything, like she's just there. I feel like Stephenie could have fleshed her out a little bit more. We also don't get too much backstory on her, which I feel like if there was ever a time, this was it, but hey, it's fine. We got a lot of Carlisle in here. I love Carlisle. He's a cool dude. Like, I respect him wanting to be different than all the other vampires. Like, we respect him in this household. So I love that. Overall, this book I thought was written pretty well. It seems like just like being back in Twilight, and I think a lot of the dialogue she did take directly from Twilight, because you kind of have to, and it has to match up. Like, when it's dialogue, it has to match up. Everything else can kind of be, you know, all the inner monologue of Edward can be whatever, and she can make it up, but the dialogue does have to match up, and I felt like it did. My only big thing, which is why I didn't give it 5 stars, is that it was too long, like I said, and Edward would just go off on these tangents talking about like nothing of importance, and also it was just things that he had been saying already, so I was like, okay, we get it. Either way, Edward Cullen is definitely a character that I love and that I absolutely adore reading from his point of view. So I did enjoy this book, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I also highlighted in here. I'll see if I can even show you guys. I did do quite a bit of highlighting in this book also. I just highlighted a lot of my favorite quotes. I don't know, I felt like there's not too many like absolutely like profound quotes in here. Mostly just Edward, like whenever he's saying stuff about Bella is what I enjoyed. And yeah, the occasional, I don't know, just random things. I also think a lot of what I highlighted was just the progression of Edward realizing that he loved Bella, because it's so weird all at the beginning of the book. He just sees her as this ordinary human that he does not like give a shit about, and then throughout the book you see him literally falling for her, and I love to like track that. And so every time he did something that he didn't even realize was him gravitating more and more towards Bella, I highlighted it because I was like, yeah, this, you can tell here that he likes her. And then you can tell, like, he would say like, oh, brown is my new favorite color because that's the color of Bella's eyes, or like, how did I ever think she was ordinary, all this stuff, right? I just highlighted all that because I thought it was fun. I guess I'll just leave y'all with the fact that Edward is absolutely a good lover. Like, imagine having an Edward who loved you and would do anything for you and would protect you and is a vampire. Like, excuse me, that would be awesome. But you know, Bella's the lucky gal, so that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with. I hope you like this video. Hope you like this video down below. Go ahead and follow me on all my social media down below in the description, and subscribe if you're not. Like this video, you know. Okay, bye.